Welcome back to Off the Record here on WRCT 88.3 FM. Live every single Tuesday at 8 on 88.3 FM all over the city of Pittsburgh, as well as WRCT.org, streaming from anywhere in the world. We're always very, very excited.
I had to let that cook.
We're always very, very excited when we have guests come into the studio, more specifically artists, and more specifically people who we consider to be friends and family of the show. Or as the great American poet laureate Dej Loaf would say, my family. The young man that we're about to speak to is a very good friend of ours. His name is Lucius. Lucius, and he hails from the Cuatro Uno Dos, this beautiful city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he's here to shop his new project on us. And I want to talk to him about it. Lucius, welcome to you, sir.
What's up? What's up? Glad to be back.
I'm happy to have you back.
Look at his head. That thing just kind of sitting like a wave right there. I don't know what he looks like. Moose or something.
He looks like a Da Vinci model.
No, I'm chilling.
I know I did. I said it wrong. Yeah, Da Vinci. Giovanni, whatever.
It's Givenchy.
We'll just skim by that.
The last time we saw you was when you were here with your first project, Life of Lucius.
Correct.
And now you're here with your second project. What's the name of that?
Live Free or Die Poor.
Live free or die poor.
What's the meaning? Is there? It's obviously a meaning behind it. How does that resonate with you?
Yeah. So for me, I'm a very materialistic person in nature, and I care a lot about what people think sometimes too much. So I don't know. For Live Free or Die Poor, for me was kind of playing off the monetary aspect of life and going off of that, and then basically saying like follow your dreams.
Right.
And it's not necessarily about how much money you make and things like that. Basically, live free of people's thoughts of you, live free of material, values, and live free of like your own doubts.
Right.
Or else you're gonna die poor, and that's not obviously a monetary thing necessarily, but I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking around.
When you say that it's that you're a very materialistic person. Where do you think that comes from? Like from your background, from how do you internalize it? Where do you think that comes from?
For me, I think it comes from not having a lot growing up. So I think
it's compensation of some sort.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Kind of seeing something and always wanting that and wanting that lifestyle. Something, kind of, I guess the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
Type of mentality. So I think that's probably where that comes from.
That's real right there.
I want you to ask him about the process of how he made his music. I want to hear about this because I've never got to see him lock in and actually do it, and I'm always curious to how people create stuff. And you're a creator as well.
Yeah, after just seeing different cats in the studio lace their tracks, put the lyrics on and everything, I'm a big fan of the creation, as you would put it.
Right.
And it just kind of make me think about Big Crit's creation. That song kind of just comes in my mind. But
you opened for Crit, didn't you?
I did. Jay and I both opened up for Crit.
That was great.
There's some light on his long list of accomplishments and gigs. But if you don't mind breaking down, I guess the thought process behind this and kind of how you piece different things together, because you have some hot beats on here. Just laced with great melodies and hooks and lyrics. So kind of give people a glimpse into the artist's lifestyle, especially folk that are coming up. Right now they're not fully mainstream, but more so indie artists. How it is, because we ain't got no Pro Tools here. Diddy ain't coming dancing on our tracks and stuff like that. But when it comes to somebody just piecing it together with their own two hands, how did you really just create this masterpiece right here, man?
Sure. So for me, I start out with the beat. I go through tons of beats, find out which ones I like, which ones I think will work, which ones will sound nicely together in terms of a project. And then the first thing I do is I write the hook. To me, the hook's the thing that's heard the most and the thing that's gonna give your song direction. So I write the hook first, and that usually is the hardest thing to write. To be honest with you, and then from there, wherever the hook decides to take me, that's where I decide the verses, and usually I'll decide whether I want it to be more meaningful, more conscious, more of a storyline. And in all honesty, that's kind of, I let the beat kind of tell me where to go. To be honest with you, I listen to it over and over again, and just kind of get a feel for what the beat basically says I should do.
Now, obviously, you have your own style of rap, right? And everybody has their own style of rap. But do you ever feel like you fall sometimes into what's going on, like with the trend with either the ATL rap with the quick snappy
or
rap,
sound like Migos,
or the future, right? Or like when or the Drake, you're rapping and then 1 minute you're singing and then 1 minute you're rapping and then 1 minute you're singing. So I'm just saying, do you kind of just stick to your guns or try new things?
No, I mean, I'm always trying to expand as an artist, but I can't sing. So there goes that.
There goes that. Okay.
Out of the way. And then there's a lot of stuff that, I can't sing. I can't talk about. I couldn't do a Future type song.
You couldn't talk about selling crack on the...
Nah, like people know who I am. It just wouldn't work.
Instead of Dirty Sprite 2, you just have like filthy Red Bull 1.
Right, yeah.
There's got to be a lot. I like that.
Like, can you give us your clown? So can you give us a glimpse into the track that we just heard called 9 to 5?
Thank you. I want to talk about the music, yeah.
A lot of folk, it strikes to the working class because that is the hours that we come clock in and clock out. And seen as though you're a rapper, but...
That hurts my soul.
To clock in and clock out?
I don't clock it.
No.
You don't clock in?
No, we don't. There's no clock.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, she tried it. See, all of us have that perpetual monkey on our back when it comes to paying bills and stuff. So I see that this reached kind of deeper from the last tape. This reached a little bit deeper. So can you explain this song and kind of where it came from?
Yeah, this project is definitely more personal than Life of Lucius. And 9 to 5 is definitely a song that I feel strongly about because I recently graduated from Pitt and
H2P.
Yeah, exactly. And I work full time when I'm not doing rapping, and it's not fun. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not fun at all.
So it's just kind of as me letting loose, and to be honest with you, a lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of my friends that are recent graduates and things like that, they don't care for work either. So I think it's a song that a lot of people can relate to, and it's kind of just going along with that live free or die poor. Do what you love, no matter what it takes or what it takes you and how much money you make or whatever, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be the happiest when you do something that you love.
I'm happy we started talking about the depth of your music, because that's the first thing I said to you when I saw you today. Not that I didn't like the first project, but this project there was a lot more to like really sink your teeth into.
Right, more growth.
Yeah, more growth. So what do you think was the catalyst? Because it seems like you caught up to your own life a little bit, as well as you were trying to grow within your bar skills as well. So do you think those two things happened simultaneously, or was one first and then another one happened?
Definitely. I mean, there was definitely a maturation process.
Right.
That both, with me going through significant changes in my life, and just feeling out the music. Life at Lucius, I kind of wanted a more feel-good vibe that a lot of people could relate to.
And you did very well with that.
Thank you.
If that's what you were going for, you did very well with that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And so for this one, this was kind of like, all right, let this be about me. Let other people kind of get an insight about, who Logan is as the person and who Lucius is as the artist.
Okay.
So I think
duality.
Yes, it's definitely dual personality there a little bit, and so I think I kind of hit that a little bit. I might have wanted to expand a little bit more on that, but there's more to come.
So who is this talking, Logan or Lucius?
This is Lucius. This is Lucius.
So do you feel like you didn't hit that sophomore slump that a lot of artists talk about? You feel like this one elevated your?
Good question.
No, I think it's different.
Okay.
I think it's different. I think it's more of a hip hop vibe. So then more than like a frat rap or poppy vibe.
Right.
That some people might want to peg me as, but so I think it's different. I wouldn't say it's a sophomore slump, but if people really liked Life of Lucius, they might kind of see that as it's not as good or it's not as hooky or poppy as Life of Lucius was, but I definitely think it was growth.
Right.
When I first got this project, the first thing I did was go back and listen to Life of Lucius. So I heard the same thing that you're talking about. I want to ask you about the specific song. What is it? Growing Up, number 6 on the track, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That seems like that got really. I mean, you were really trying to express some things. Like you're talking to your mom, or about your mom, or to your mom, some things, and other things you're kind of cycling through your own thoughts. I want you to take me through the process of making that track, and what was the inspiration for doing it?
Sure. So I think there's a lot of things that, kind kind of when you're alone and with your own thoughts, you can kind of think about. And for me, it's, you know, do I make the people that love me proud of me? Tito Lopez, who we opened up for Crit, he has a song, and the hook is like, I just want my mama to be proud of me. I just want my mama to be proud of me. You know, and that like always kind of sticks with me, you know, because, you know, I'm very family oriented, and you know, living things, you kind of doing something as big as hip hop, you're putting yourself out there, you know, and you want to just kind of make it more known that, you know, I want to be successful. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you put yourself out there for a lot of interpretation and a lot of criticism and things like that. So I guess people can judge you more than if you just wake up, go to work, go to bed, you know. So that I kind of wanted to talk about that perspective of being an artist and putting yourself out there. And if you see there's stages between the verses, so first verse, I'm talking about, you know, I'm gonna be the man of the world, and this is what my mom, you know, saw for me. And then it's second verse, it's like, wait a second, well, why isn't everything popping off for me? You know, why are people giving me, you know, hate? Why are people doing this? And then, you know, the third verse is like, you know, let's just do it. It doesn't matter at this point. You know, it's gonna be hard. There's gonna be struggle, but you're going through it, and it'll work out.
Let me tell you the exact breakdown for that song that I wrote. Verse 1 about mom, right? Verse 2 personal thoughts about future and fame. Verse 3 is a message. It's exactly what you said. I want to know why did you start doing more deeper things? I know you said that you're talking about maturing, but I feel like everybody matures, but their material doesn't necessarily have to with them.
Doesn't affect the art.
It feels like you brought it up before with the frat rap, or at least party rap, that it was a conscious decision to go away. Was it a conscious decision to go away from that, or is it more to go chase what you want, you know, your own truth?
A little bit of both. I kind of wanted to grow as an artist, and I wanted to push my boundaries. So I knew that this was going to be a little bit uncomfortable for me, because I don't necessarily like talking about myself. In that type of sense, I don't really like giving people an insight as to my thoughts usually. So I knew that was going to be a struggle as an artist. And I wanted to make myself, push myself, you know? So yes, I would say it was a conscious decision to go more away from that and kind of let people in a little bit.
Did you purposely do no features? Were you trying to go all J. Cole on us? No features on the album?
Yes, I purposely, actually for both mixtapes, no rap features. Because
you're right.
Yeah, the only the one was on the hook, and that was my boy Evan.
Right.
Yeah. So basically,
young light skin.
I was still thinking about Evan. Right. I just remember him singing, and I'm like, this brother.
Young light skin. I like that guy.
So yeah, no features. Basically, I want to show people what I have, you know. And plus, like, people don't think about it, but like performing too. It's hard to do that when you have features on a lot of tracks and things like that. I mean,
you can't do the full song.
Right, exactly. So it's very hard to do. So it was kind of a conscious decision for both. But I do plan to I want to do like a compilation collaboration album.
It's like a DJ Mustard
in the near future
concert. You couldn't go to that. It's too many people being featured.
Right, or like a DJ Drama or DJ Khaled.
Have you been asked to feature?
Zaytoven.
Yo, throwback. Not even throwback, really. Have you been asked to? I want to ask you another process question, but have you been asked to feature? Have people asked you to?
Yeah, for sure. And I embrace it, you know, basically every time. I mean, I respect the artist, and it's not that I don't want people to be featured with me. It was just that my first two projects, I wanted to be myself.
You gotta get the,
you know, I wanted to get enough, you know, people to hear me, enough my opinion, my voice out there before I started bringing other voices in.
Yeah, that's good.
It builds credibility too, for the most part.
It gives you something to invest into. If somebody gives you the real, then you're like, you know what? It's like this one of the reasons why I listen to Crit. And they give you something real, and you're like, yo, I want to listen to the next project. I want to invest in it.
Because some reasons why I get turned off to like Rick Ross and stuff or whoever, because they just got a feature on every song. Like, I never hear the dude. He's just like rapping the hook.
And honestly, I want to point out that a lot of my songs have either samples or other hooks sung by other artists or other samples. So that to me, I count that kind of as like a feature.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
for sure.
And I don't want it to be, you know, ultimately just one verse by me with a hook by someone else and a feature with someone else, you know. So that's kind of another thing too.
So now that you have this tape kind of out of your belly, you've given birth to it, the folk are listening to it, what do you have coming up right now? Is it more pushing this tape? You want people to hear the songs, more performances, or are you streaming into a different direction? So what's next up for Lucius right now?
Right now I'm trying to do I'm trying to push this mixtape as much as I can. kind of ride this out a little bit. But I knew I took a while from Life of Lucius to this project, so I definitely want to put out the third project a lot quicker. But as far as performances go, I kind of, you know, take my options, you know, with a grain of salt. Don't always go for them. But I do want to put on a free concert for my fans. That's the goal, and I'm in talks with that with some people. So we'll see what happens. But right now, it's honestly just back to work. I'm glad that this is over. Right, I'm glad that this is over, but I gotta go back to work and gotta put out that third mixtape.
Are there so are there any big gigs that you've recently have or about to have that you want to at least shout out or anything like that?
Unfortunately, no, not at the moment.
Because you've been in the lab so much.
Correct. I basically have just been focusing on my free time on writing and promotion as well. But I've gotten offers, but you know, it kind of has to be right for me in order to.
Well, now that you have the project out, there's a portfolio for people to go listen to and say, "Yo, I want to hear somebody spit this."
Right, right. And now I've always wanted to do a headliner, and now I feel that I'm at the capability to where I can. I have the enough songs to do a headliner. So we'll see.
What's nice about having you on the show, and talking about your new album is you feel good. I feel that you feel good about it. You can see it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm happy about it. I mean, there's definitely.
We're proud.
Yeah, you got to come to as an artist. You got to. I mean, I wouldn't put it out if I wasn't, satisfied with it. But Jay knows this. I'm a perfectionist, so like I'm never fully satisfied with my work.
Right. But sometimes artists, I listen to a song, I'm like, yo, who let them?
Yeah.
Put this song on this album and said it was good.
It's the guy that they pay to record it.
See, that's the thing. That guy. That's the thing. You don't want a lot of yes men in your group.
That's a good question.
And I think I have a good solid combination of people that give me positivity, and also good constructive criticism, and I'm open to that.
What's your relationship with your producer? Or how do you pronounce his name? Deleuze.
Because
he's all over this thing, right?
It's the entire thing. The whole thing. Yes.
So do you guys have that type of relationship where if you spit some weak bars, he's like, yo, Logan, we got to talk about that 16 right there. That was like a lukewarm 5. Like, I need you. Like, do you guys have those type of conversations?
Yeah. He's been my boy since first grade.
Oh, so that's the homie.
So yeah, so he's been, and he.
Y'all about to be like Jay-Z and Memph Bleak out here.
Mine is degrees.
We're definitely.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, true.
Just snatch that out.
Let's remove that from the equation.
But no, we've been boys since first grade, and we started music together. He was a producer and he was a rapper at one point. And then I broke off and did my solo thing, and he's been an influence.
Kept working.
Yeah, he's been an influence in my music basically throughout the whole time. And I was just like, we just sat down. I was like, yo, let's do a full project together. And he was like, cool.
And sampling's his style. I know you like it because you had it on the first project too. But is that what he really likes to do?
Well, he does his own thing. He DJs, so he likes a lot of EDM too, and does a lot of remixes and things like that. But he knows my sound so well that it just works, and he just knows. Yo, Lucius, I got a song for you.
It's good to have somebody in your corner that knows your vibe. You don't have to say too much words.
Right, and I think that's why we work so well. And another reason why you said, he's definitely lets me know if something was whack or not.
Yeah, you need that. Like you said, you can't have a bunch of dudes being like, yo, that was, like Alyssa was saying too, yo, that was a hot 60. Right. Like, nah, dude, my name is on this. Your name is not.
Right.
Yeah,
my name is on
exactly.
Well, I wanted to say thank you for coming on the show.
Absolute thank you.
If you were true off the record head, no shade to nobody.
Right.
But back in the day when we started making our videos, Lucius was our very first song, and we really vibed with it. It was actually a really good fit. So we really rock with you, Lucius.
I really appreciate it.
As friends, I want to speak for Jay and I. Joe probably say things. As friends and as frat brothers, like, we're both incredibly proud of you. The growth that you've shown as an artist and as somebody who cares about their craft is inspiring to see. So I would like to encourage you as a friend. Keep putting out stuff and keep getting better. Each one's got to be better than the last one.
Of course. Always trying to improve.
Logan already know how I feel about him in terms of just him as a person, but pushing in the music field is quite difficult.
It is very hard.
He's blazing his own thing, man.
I say he's the same in public as he is in private, and somebody that invests in his music on all fronts.
You didn't hear me tell Michael?
We tip him into that, man.
When we told him he took a picture with Michael, little boy that was on it.
The
picture's gonna be worth some money, so we got evidence.
I never said that.
I said it.
I never
so
said
we
that.
got evidence.
Your Cloud, can you let the folk know how they can reach you, my good sir, on all platforms, even your social security number? Probably not that.
I'm very interested in that one.
And can you give us just a few words about the song that we're gonna outro on you right now. So something to
ride. The song we're gonna play on the way out.
Yes, sir. Something to ride.
Yeah. So you can find me on lifeoflucius.com, LUCIUS, at Twitter and Instagram, moreswag45, MOORE, swag45. Basically that's about it. Everything's linked to my lifeoflucius.com website. So
and where can we find this project? Where can we find the Live Free or Die Poor?
So the project is on datpiff.com. It's sponsored. It's sponsored by the site.
Certified gold.
Yeah, you can just Google Live Free or Die Poor, or like I said, also on the site, there's a bunch of links to it. And also, I just wanted to say to you guys, thank you for having me on again. I appreciate the support, and also thank you for being like the voice of the people. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. I respect the show a lot, and obviously, it's much love.
I'm not thinking Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So how about this? We're getting to Jay throwing on the track.
Something to ride to.
Something to ride to.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit about that. Yeah. So basically, that you get to see a little bit of my personality and about the mixedness of what the hip hop industry is hyped up to be, and then what life as an amateur artist actually is. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
WRCT 88.3. We want to thank that boy Logan Lucky Lucius for being on the show with us. You got Lex List and DJ SB. Take it out.